What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. So Apple recently had their big far out event and they announced 3 new things, which were the iPhone 14 Pro, the AirPods Pro 2, as well as new watches. So I decided to make dedicated videos just because otherwise it would have been a super long video. So I'll leave the links to all of these videos down below. This specific video is on the AirPods Pro 2. So yeah, like I said, I decided to make a mini series instead of a huge video. That way you can choose to watch whatever you want. So let's get started with the AirPods Pro 2. Strangely enough, this is actually the device that I was the most excited about when I knew that they were going to make this big event. However, I have to say that the iPhone 14 Pro was definitely super impressive. But anyways, in this video, we're talking about the AirPods. If you want to go check out the video on the iPhone, I'll leave it in the description, like I said. So there were a lot of rumors on the AirPods Pro 2. Some of them were right and some of them weren't. So like I thought, the stems were not removed. They are still there. And they, once again, did an Apple move and made them great. I'll explain to you why in a bit. So they come at $249, which is kind of what we were all expecting. I think it's the same price as the current model of the AirPods Pro. So they introduced a new chip, which is the H2 chip, instead of the H1 that we currently have in our AirPods Pros. And what that allows them to do is have better noise cancelling, better 3D sound, and a better battery life. So you now have up to 6 hours of listening time with the active noise cancelling turned on, and up to 30 hours with the case and active noise cancelling turned off. So we don't know the time without the case if you're just listening to your music without the active noise cancelling, which I thought was weird. I'm guessing the difference is probably not huge, because otherwise I feel like they would have probably said what it was. So let's talk a bit about their design. So they look insanely similar to the current model. They did add a new extra small tip, whereas in the past, or for the current, the first gen rather, we only have a small, medium, and large. Now they added an extra small, so if you have smaller ears, I guess you'll be happy to hear that. And I think that the angle of the stems is also slightly different. I'm not sure, however, I haven't seen them in person yet. And like I said, they still have the stem, but they made it really useful. They also said they had a new inward facing microphone, or rather they changed the position of the microphone, so you'll be able to have you'll be able to sound more natural and more clear when you speak. And the active noise cancelling were also placed optimally. I don't know if that means that they weren't on the older models, but now I guess they'll be better. And they're also IPX4 sweat and water resistance, both for the case and the AirPods. So that means that they're splash proof and sweat proof. So if someone was to splash water on you or something, your AirPods will be fine. However, you cannot go like swim with them or be in the rain with your AirPods. Now the part that I was the most excited about is the sound improvements. So they said that they were gonna sound a lot better, mainly because of the H2 chip. They have a new driver, so they'll be able to have deeper bass, a better, crisper high, and lower distortions overall. Another cool feature they talked about is the ability to scan your head to have the best possible spatial audio, as well as adaptive EQ. This is actually a feature of iOS 16 and not of the second gen of AirPods Pro. So if you have the first gen, you'll still be able to do that. And what they said about the adaptive EQ is the adaptive EQ accounts for the fit of AirPods Pro, so you hear every frequency just as it was intended. I would have liked to be able to personalize the EQ. However, Apple wants you to have the best experience possible and listen to the music the way it was intended, as they say here. But yeah, regardless, I'm happy to see this feature. I'm going to be trying it out, like I said. They also mentioned better noise cancelling, and that was actually super impressive. They said up to 2 times better noise cancellation, and they talked about adaptive transparency, which is a feature I believe we've seen on other headphones, however not on the AirPods Pro. And what they showed in their demo for adaptive transparency was someone in the streets of a busy city, well, San Francisco actually, and there was a guy behind that person who was with a jackhammer hammering a sidewalk, and the lady was able to hear the noises of the city, the cars, the nature, and all of that, but not the construction worker who was, like I said, hammering a sidewalk with his jackhammer. So is it going to be that good? I personally strongly doubt so, but I guess that's why you have people on YouTube testing products like I do. So it's definitely something I want to test out. And of course, the 2 times better noise cancellation is also a really cool feature. I'm definitely excited to try that out as well. I don't know if it's really gonna be that amazing of a difference, but I guess we'll have to see. And now the stems. So yes, they still have the stems. However, they added more controls to the stems, so they're now touch controlled. So I don't know if you're still gonna be able to squeeze them to, change songs and stuff like that instead of tapping them or touching them. However, you're gonna be able to change the volume of your music, or I guess whatever you're listening to, directly with your AirPods, which I think is super cool. This was something that I found to be kind of annoying when I was at the gym. I usually don't like to have my phone like in my pockets when I'm training, so I kind of just drop it on the floor. And it's kind of annoying to having to reach to it all the time when I'm trying to change the volume of my music. So now being able to do that directly on the AirPods is really cool. And finally, the case has seen a lot of improvements. So it is still MagSafe compatible, and they also said that it worked with watch chargers. You have a little lanyard loop to attach it maybe to your bag or something like that. And the coolest feature for me personally is that they added the U1 chip, which is actually a chip that you see in their AirTags directly in the case. So if you lose your AirPods, like you probably will because they're so small, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to find them with the same UI that you use to find AirTags. So it's super useful and intuitive. You just have an arrow that kind of points at where it's at, and you go there, you see them. It also have a small speaker that allows you to play a small noise to find the case. They also said it was going to be used for tunes and alerts to show you maybe low battery or pairing, which I thought was kind of odd. So I don't know if it's going to play all the time. Like if anytime that you put your AirPods on and they pair, is it going to play a noise on the case, or is it still going to be just in the AirPods? Is the pairing noise just for the first time that you pair your AirPods? I don't know. I'll have to test that out. But the little speaker for like finding the case, I thought was a really cool idea. Not so sure about the tunes alerts. We'll have to see. They also mentioned easy pairing, which I personally think any AirPod model or any Apple product actually always syncs really well with any of your devices, and it pairs really well. But one thing that they showed that I don't know if we were able to do that with the older models is, let's say your AirPods were to be engraved, you'll see the engraving on the AirPod design when you pair it with your phone as well. I never had any of my Apple products engraved, so I can't tell you if it used to be possible. Let me know down in the comments if you have an engraved pair of AirPods, if it works currently, or if you really have to get the second gen for that. And they also give you 6 months of Apple Music for free when you buy the AirPods Pro 2, which I think is pretty cool. I've personally tried Apple Music now for a few months, or 2 months I believe, and I think that the sound quality is a lot better than, well, a lot. I think that the sound quality is better than Spotify. I don't know if it's just because of my settings, or maybe it's just because you're using an Apple product with another Apple product. But they also have Dolby Atmos, which allows you to have spatial audio within songs. It kind of feels like you're in a big studio room or something. It's really impressive. But regardless, so that was it for the second generation of AirPods Pros. Let me know down in the comments below if you're going to be picking them up. And if you guys want to see the videos on the iPhone and on the watches, I'll leave them on the screen, somewhere, and in the description below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.